That was
brilliant.
Muted. So brilliant, though, that comedian.
No, and he's muted.
Chris.
I'm muted. That's right.
Hi,
But
Steph.
we did a little. That was fun. Welcome, Bristies. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing?
Jovial.
That's great. Alan is. I think he's on the show, but he's doing something.
Yeah.
He's bagging
Sorry, I'm trying
comics.
again.
He's
No,
bagging.
I'm just in awe of that opening sketch there.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It wasn't much of a thing. I own a baseball. I own a baseball, but no longer apparently. It was stolen by a woman.
Karen.
You shouldn't have given in, Chris. You should have fought her right then and there in front of
I
everyone.
should have fought her. It was my son's birthday. Why did I back down? Hey, welcome everyone. Let's everyone introduce themselves. Robert Burnett is going to be late, but he's going to be here because we have a big special announcement Robert is a part of. We will announce that at the beginning of the show. And first, before I go to your intros, I want to say thank you to people watching. YouTube is killing us right now. Please like and subscribe. Check that you're subscribed. Turn your restricted mode off so you actually get our notifications. There's a lot of videos. RLM did a video about this. All YouTube channels are under attack currently by YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. We might get into that. But for those that are here and others will show up late, Badger, let's go.
Hi, Angry Badger. Shout out. Can't wait to talk about all the things. And yeah, happy to be here.
Steph, my nerdy home. Also, leave comments under videos that you watch, even if it's just like a hi, hail Chris Gore, an emoji. Leave a comment. It helps those YouTube videos as well.
Hail Steph.
Yeah, Alan Ning, editor-in-chief of Film Thread. F's in the chats, folks. Or whatever. I don't know.
I love that. F's in the chats. That's it. All right. Hey, it was a big weekend at the box office for horror. So let's get into it. Let's talk box office. Alan, you've got the numbers. This movie, The Conjuring Last Rites, it doubled expectations.
Yep.
That series has been, look, I'm mixed on it. I'm not the biggest fan of this franchise, but it performs incredibly well worldwide. Let's
Perfect
take
conditions, right? Because scary movies are popular again. Nothing is out right now, and it's an established franchise.
Yep. And here we go. We got Conjuring. Look at this. 84 million at the box office. Worldwide is like 175. It's insane. Hamilton from Disney grossed 10 million even. I don't know if I believe that. Number 3, Weapons, 5.2 million cumulative. Domestic, 142. Freakier Friday, number 4, 3.8 million. Caught Stealing, number 5, 3.1 million. The Roses, number 6, 2.8 million. Fantastic Four First Steps at number 7 with 2.7 million. The Bad Guys 2 at number 8, 2.5. Number 9, Light of the World, 2.4. And Superman at number 10 with 0.97 million. That's under a million at the box office. It is out on VOD. What is the takeaway from this? I think haunt season starts in September. What do you guys think?
Well, yeah, there's a report. I don't know if you want to go into it, but this is Warner Brothers' 7th consecutive film that opened over 40 million opening weekend.
Yeah, that's amazing. If you want to put that up, but Warner's they're on a roll. They've gotten, also what they're doing is their movies are not bloated budgets. I mean, Sinners was reportedly 90. That's low budget for a big film these days. Other thoughts? What do you guys think?
I'm not surprised it did well. I think that the horror genre, like the people in that watch and consume those movies, really, really want something to go and watch. To kind of like wait almost all year for horror season to roll around to go and have some fun at the theater. And those, because they're made so cheaply, like those movies tend to do really well. I'm actually not surprised that this movie did as well as it did. And I'm actually wondering if like the what is it? It's like the Annabelle doll tour that they're doing around the US. I'm wondering if that's also driving people to go and watch this movie because Annabelle is in it. Like that's been something huge that's been going on within the horror community as well. Also Matt Rife, like that was in the news that he just bought like the Conjuring house and everything that is in it. So there was that horror news sort of like in the media as well. So I'm wondering if that is what's what is also like pushing people to go and see this movie as well. There's like all of this hype within the horror community at the moment, so they're going
Really
and
smart
watching
marketing.
Yeah.
Did you see they hired a priest to bless people outside of some theaters with holy water before going into the theater?
Oh my God.
That's great. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this series, but this last one I think is the best one, the most accessible. So any final thoughts before we move on and go to our news stories?
Well, I mean, I think it just proves the point. Make the movie appropriate to your budget or to what your movie's going to make, and you'll make money. Stop spending $200 million to make a movie.
This
Well,
actually,
Well, I
Okay.
think scale the budget to what's the anticipated box office, right? You've got to scale it. Now, that's why these superhero movies got these insane budgets, 200, 300, 400. I mean, they got bloated because the market was, hey, each one will make $1 billion. We can spend more. But horror has been a box office staple. It always performs well. The numbers may not be crazy, but this is the third highest. I believe it's the third highest opening ever for a horror film. If you look that up.
Oops.
So,
no, I
yeah,
can see your
maybe
master
don't
plan.
expose our.
Yeah.
This actually gives me hope for Clayface, even though again it's a Batman thing without Batman. If it's the budget is also reportedly 55 million, and if they do a body horror scary movie, it might hit a couple of different levels of fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look, I think I'm the only one here that saw the movie. But
Conjuring?
I've seen all of those movies, and I didn't love any of them. They were okay. This last one is probably the best, and I still thought it was okay. There were some weird things. There's a weird thing where there's light stands. Apparently, it is explained in the movie, but it's just very bizarre. It's very bizarre that it's sitting right there. All right, so box office, nothing to write home about, but big news for fans of horror. Let's see, moving on. We all saw what happened to Stephen Colbert. And it seems that Jimmy Kimmel is kind of in the crosshairs now. Like, people are predicting he might be next on the chopping block. The ratings have continued to tumble for Jimmy Kimmel. He was at the Emmys. He won an Emmy. And here he is here.
That's
Jimmy Kimmel on Defending Democracy. Do you want to hear what he has to say?
Oh, I guess.
From the Emmys. Here we go. One thing I'll predict. I have not seen this clip. I don't know what he's going to say. I have one prediction. He will not be funny. He's not going to be very funny. Let's watch this. I want to get your commentary on the back end.
Heavy thoughts, and I have a tendency to reject them. I don't necessarily feel like I'm defending democracy, but I do feel like I'm giving this guy a little poke, and he deserves it, and I enjoy it, and I love that people enjoy it too. Heavy thoughts.
Okay.
TDS.
So,
TDS.
Oh, that was great.
yeah. What do you guys think?
He's right. He is next. That's a dying medium. It's the end of an era. That Colbert was canceled because it doesn't make money anymore. And they're upset because he was a political mouthpiece that they controlled. And it's one less way to spew their misinformation. It was over for him when he had vaccine syringes dancing on his stage.
Yeah.
Like,
For
yeah.
Colbert, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think COVID exposed a lot of those talk. What are they even called? Late night talk shows. COVID really exposed the propaganda, everybody sort of like opened their eyes to a lot of things, and they just became a political mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. And like people are started noticing it during COVID, and then just opened their eyes even more and more and more the more that they just completely kept putting their foot in their mouths. Nobody buys it anymore. And yeah, it is a dead genre. Nobody's watching those things. Everything is so scripted, especially like when you have compilation videos of Jimmy Fallon just fake laughing at everything, you know that everything is scripted, everything is fake. Nothing is genuine with these people. They're just political mouthpieces for whoever's controlling the little strings.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Oh God. Yeah, I do think that we'll see. He's probably I mean, a lot of it is these shows are very expensive to produce. The late night shows, from the writing staff to the comedy bits to the produced audiences that are, you need a warm-up guy for the audience. Like they're very expensive shows to make.
Right. And YouTube is right there. You don't need to go on late night shows to make it. It used to be if you went on Johnny Carson, your career was set. That dynamic does not exist anymore. Now it's, you got on Hot Ones? You were on Rogan?
That's the thing is each segment of these variety shows, these talk shows, you see them replicated on the internet. Someone's doing it. Someone's doing a celebrity interview. Someone's doing a stupid game. Someone's telling jokes. It's network talk shows are no longer needed, because we can get it anytime we want, and anyone can produce it better than they can.
Yeah, and kind of better,
it's
right?
Genuine. It's genuine. Like you actually see the personality of the person who is hosting whatever coming through. It's that authenticity of the person who is talking, whereas there's no authenticity there. Like the veil has dropped. There's nothing there. They're controlled by whoever is controlling them. It's not genuine. It's not authentic. You saw that during COVID when they tried to do, oh my gosh, what was it? They came together. What was their name?
And, the three of them.
That podcast
to do their podcast.
That weird podcast, and it was so boring. It was so boring. It was unfunny. Even when Ellen tried to keep her talk show going, it was boring. It wasn't funny. There was nothing genuine or authentic about these people. And now, like ever since then, it's just like, they're puppets. There's nothing there. There's nothing genuine about those people.
There's someone genuine.
Hey, Dante, thanks for joining us. And I'll just show my birthday present gift here from Dante, a VRL mug. That's right. Verbal Riot Show mug. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Thoughtful.
All right.
I see we're talking about my favorite person. So
there we go. Hey, Jeffrey Wright. I loved him as Commissioner Gordon in the Batman. I love Jeffrey Wright in everything. In Westworld, he was great. He's such a great actor. Every time I've seen him in everything. Jeffrey Wright slams Backlash, him playing Commissioner Gordon. First of all, this is a story from Variety. I have the story. I'll share it. But I'm kind of shocked. Of course, I saw the Batman on day one. I think, Dante, you were there. Yeah. We're all hanging out. It was great. Jeffrey Wright slams Backlash to him playing Commissioner Gordon in the Batman as effing racist and stupid. It's absent all logic. Why? I can't. Now, first of all, I don't know anyone, at least in my friend circle or people who reviewed the Batman. I think everyone pretty universally loved him.
There was no backlash. There was no backlash. And it was in Elseworlds too. So that's why we didn't care.
But I'll say, I just want to put one thing and I want to hand it to you guys to discuss. I didn't hear one thing. If anything, he was great. That friendship he had with Batman in the movie really worked. They were kind of a team. He allowed himself to get punched. I mean, it was great. It was a different Commissioner Gordon. I don't care what color he is. He's a great actor.
But you know what? I think a big problem.
Having said that, one last thing. Having said that, I promise you, there are morons on social media and Reddit, people you can ignore, faceless icons saying stupid racist shit. That is real. But I think I didn't really hear anything in film review circles at about him. And please, I want to hear your comments.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we need to start defining what the word backlash even means, right? Because, like you said, there are people who probably said some pretty messed up things online, and guess what? That's always going to be the case. I see stuff about myself online. You know, people say stupid shit about me, where I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. You know, but we got to start like defining what backlash even means, because a backlash would be like Rachel Zegler. That was a backlash. Okay. Somebody like Amanda Stint, whatever her name is, from Amanda, whatever, from the Acolyte. Yeah, that was a backlash because they promoted it. They started it. They instigated it, right? So that was a backlash. Someone saying something stupid about you online isn't a backlash. That's just somebody saying something stupid.
The most that I saw online with his casting was that it would break continuity because Barbara Gordon is his daughter. She becomes Batgirl and she is a redhead. That is probably the most that I've heard.
So that's what he's hearing.
There was nothing,
that comment.
There was nothing negative, nothing like that, because a lot of people, myself included, like Jeffrey Wright as an actor and think that, and I actually thought that he would play a great Commissioner Gordon. So like, even I was just like, well, I want to see what happens and how he takes on that role before I start commenting on the continuation of this, as you know, his Barbara Gordon and all that stuff that comes later. And let's see how this gets handled, because you know, they might go in a different direction with this Batman movie. So I didn't mind his casting simply because he is a great actor. And I think that a lot of people still had that same opinion, even though Barbara Gordon is a redheaded Batgirl and she is white. Commissioner Gordon is white. So it does break that continuity. But I thought that a lot of people, and I saw a lot of people kind of overlooking that because he is such a brilliant actor.
Do you feel like that they go out and search the internet for the one person who said that it was it wasn't like that? Did they find Clown Penis 69 who said this and then just assume that everyone is saying this?
Yeah. Before we move on. Yeah. I think he definitely got the pass because people liked him from other things, and it was in Elseworlds. Look, This is yet another example of a white man with red hair or a white woman with red hair being race swapped into a black person. So those are probably what he heard. That's not racist. That's us noticing a very definite pattern of replacement of redheads. And yes, as Steph said, it creates continuity errors going forward because she's supposed to be a white girl with red hair, not mixed race or whatever they would have had to do. But because it was Elseworlds, it got a pass from everyone. It's an Earth one.
I said to myself, hey, this is Elseworlds. Batman.
Alan, when James Gunn says that normies don't care about continuity because they don't pay attention to that shit, he's talking about you. But the rest of us do care about continuity and lore.
What the hell is Elseworld?
Uh-huh.
Elseworld's Gotham by Gaslight. That comic book.
To your point, Alan, yeah, sure. The normies probably don't care. They probably don't even know. Like, most people don't know the difference between the MCU movie and the Sony Marvel movie. No one knows this shit. Mm-hmm. But I this, to me, for me, I just feel like I wish, we have some very, very amazing black actors, and I wish they would just not fall for the bait. You know what I mean? Like they especially when they don't have to. Like, but when you're Jeffrey Wright's caliber, you don't have to fall for the bait ever. You could do what Denzel does and say, you know what, we're not talking about this. We're talking about something else, right? And I just kind of wish Jeffrey Wright would have done that. I expect that from some of these, younger, less talented actors of color, right? Who literally got hired because they were an actor of color, right? I expect that of them. I don't expect that from somebody like Jeffrey Wright.
I don't know. It's still hard to turn down 6 zeros.
Well, I'll just say, with all due respect to Clown Penis 69, which everyone's talking in the chat, but you're right. If you go searching for racism, you will see it everywhere.
Yeah,
traffic lights. So you'll see it. But I don't remember any conversation about that movie, about Jeffrey Wright, because I think he is so well respected, like having been in Westworld and just so many things. People love him.
Yeah, that the most I saw was that, but his daughter is Barbara Gordon. She's a redhead. So now we're going to, race swap a redhead, ginger side, all that stuff. That was the most I saw. It had nothing to do with him as an actor. People actually liked that casting. People liked his version of Jim Gordon in the Batman. So there was nothing like that. I think that this is journalists picking and choosing what they're seeing and saying, oh, that's Backlash. Even though there wasn't backlash to that movie, they're picking and choosing what to actually react to so they can ask these questions to these actors. I think that it's actually quite insulting for them to be asked those questions. Honestly, because it's just like, oh, you're a black actor. Let me search out to see if there's any type of backlash to any type of casting that you're involved in because you're black. So I need to make sure that I ask these types of questions to you and get your reaction. And the only thing that it does is bring backlash to that actor. You're causing negativity to go towards that actor by asking these questions to them.
Yeah,
I
bet
agree.
he
It's
didn't even
insulting.
believe that there was racist backlash until someone told him, and then he just thought, "Oh, of course there's racist backlash." So
It's the Moses Ingram thing where they warned her about all the back before anything even happened.
Yeah.
Right. That was baiting more people. Hey, we didn't really get to do an intro for the show because something was stolen from me. But let's read some soups and go through that right now. Yeah.
19-month membership chat says, happy birthday, Chris.
Oh, thank you. And I want to say reminder to people to check out shop.filmthreat.com. We've got our fall collection here of sports inspired fall wear here. Get your favorite team colors, maybe Raiders here, Lions, Packers, sports jerseys and tees, mugs. Check that out. If you're going to a Phillies game, you might want to pick up this. Here you go. There, Sport Threat, red jersey, not necessarily football, any sport. So go to shop.filmthreat.com. Check out that collection.
And you could look like Phillies Karen.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Then we just got Ryan sending $4.99. Yeah.
Thumbs up 1981 for $4.99. This show is far more entertaining than any late night show. Trust me on that. Between Chris promoting Cat NATO or Badger versus R&B, it's amazing.
Thanks. Thumbs up.
Yeah, shout out. Thumbs up 1981 again for another $5. I worked at a bar. One of my more liberal patrons complained about the piano and placement of piano keys for 30 minutes. Also, hi, Alan.
Hi.
Happy birthday again, Chris, from Jimmy Francis. Member for
Thank
23
you very much.
months. Almost
Thank
2
you.
years. LeGarrette for $4.99. There was more backlash to can Robert Pattinson play Bruce Wayne than Jeffrey Wright, Jim Gordon. Yeah, I heard more people complaining about how long the movie was than anything else.
Yeah.
Frank Zonka for $4.99. I had no problem with the swap of Gordon. However, there are repercussions that could happen, which means she would have to race swap Batgirl. Yeah.
Or who knows, maybe
say they're adopted or something.
They're adopted. It could there's a way to fix that. Or maybe she wears a red wig as a disguise. Fine. There's lore is evolving, and I think it was something. It wasn't a big deal. Oh, also, by the way, we want to remind you, if you are a filmmaker, submit to Award This. Go to awardthis.com. It's our annual award show. This year it is Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Dante will be there. Alan, myself, Badger will be there. I think the DA will be there. Other people. And we give away awards to the indie movies that we cover on Film Thread. So if you want to be eligible, the deadline is the end of September, and it's the only award show you can buy a ticket to. So when tickets go on sale, I think in October, November, we'll let you guys know. It's cheap, free drinks, gift bag, hang out, watch the show, and join us. So there you go. All right. Award This. Yes, Christopher Moonlight. Chris was a winner at Award This. He said it changed his life. So that's cool. Hey,
very fun event.
Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the 2027 movie release slate. I have a graphic here that kind of lays out the movies. I know some of these release dates, some are not announced. Mortal Kombat was moved. If we want to go through these are the movies that will be coming out in 2027. We got Avengers Secret Wars, Batman Part 2, Man of Tomorrow. I believe Man of Tomorrow is July. Batman Part 2 is October. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, Star Wars Starfighter. I believe that's May. The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, Legend of Zelda, Godzilla Kong, Supernova, Sonic 4, Shrek 5, Quiet Place Part 3, Frozen 3, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Ice Age Boiling Point, not sure what number that is, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2, Passion of the Christ 2,
Jesus.
Wow.
Gato,
That's right.
and the Thomas Crown Affair.
All Crown Affair.
These are all sequels or requels. What do we think about this slate for 2027? Thoughts?
Thomas Crown Affair with Michael B. Jordan.
I think the movie industry is in trouble.
I think so too. If this is what we've got, we are in trouble.
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't know why this just hit me right now. How are we getting a Passion of the Christ 2?
Oh,
yeah, Alan.
Okay.
Didn't Jesus die?
So let me give
back.
you a hint here. Spoiler. Jesus resurrects from the dead.
Hey, Dante, honestly, because I heard Mel Gibson talk about this on Rogan, it sounds dope because he's going to show the fall of Lucifer and actually show heaven and hell. And he said it's going to be like a fever dream, but you have to show the fall so you can understand the resurrection. So it actually sounds like it's going to be pretty cool.
And then it goes into the
is
book
it a
of Acts.
prequel to the Passion of the Christ?
No.
It's a sequel.
It's the book of Acts.
Oh,
it's his resurrection.
Got it.
It's his resurrection, and then the formation of the church.
We've never seen that really brought to the screen, have we, Alan?
No, we haven't.
All right.
I think Mark Burnett did a series like that, but not until.
They killed the hero in the first movie. Like, how are they doing the second one?
You gotta read further in the book.
Look,
but are they really dead?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
all
I
no
know
one
it
ever
says
really dies.
Momoa is coming back to Dune for some stupid reason.
just read The Death of Superman. You'll kind of get a taste of what Passion of the Christ 2 will probably be. But this is from Culture Crave, this handy graphic. Does anything pop out, or are our audiences going to be turned away by so many announced sequels? Not to mention, I don't know where I saw the Mortal Kombat trailer in theaters with Carl Urban, which looks fun, but it's not coming out in October now.
No, they pushed it back. They pushed back to next year, and I'll tell you why. They got a lot of bad backlash, man, because of that character Jade. Like to the point where someone said, "You know what? We can't put this out." So they're either going to recast her. No, really.
Where'd you hear that from, Dante? Because they're saying they got the best response ever, and it's fucking popular that they're waiting because it's a summer franchise.
No.
He said everything's done.
They're doing some major changes on that movie, so it's they fucked up.
Is this a do though? Who told you that? Is this just your thought? You think strongly?
No. I've heard stuff from people who are over there that it's
okay.
There are some changes that are going to be made. Now, who knows? It's all rumor, but dude, pushing it to summer from an October release, like that's a big change. Like that's more than just we thought this would be a better date. That's like we're doing some major changes on
that. That's what I thought. Yeah, like that's 7 months. That's like a lot of reshoot time to fix the movie. That's what I was thinking. Not like we just want a summer release. That's
find out if we get reports that they're reshooting, because as of now they're saying everything is completely done, and the response was just so overwhelming that they think it'll do better in summer. It's a summer franchise movie.
A Mortal Kombat film. I
see how many impressions.
October would be a better month.
Bro, they got over 100 million views.
That trailer, it looks fun. Have you seen the fake trailer for Johnny Cage's movies?
Oh yeah, no, I love all of that.
It looks great.
They need to do more of those, by the way. If there's going to be 7 months, they need more of those to keep hype alive, because that's a long time to keep people still interested.
I, for one, am not excited at all.
Oh, I don't think Man of Tomorrow will happen, by the way.
The same. You don't think? Wait, what?
No, he broke all his rules. He says he doesn't greenlight movies until he has a finished script. He greenlit that movie with just a treatment done. Now he's saying he has a script, but that he's doing lengthy rewrites. They've rushed the production of this to coincide in the same month that Supergirl is coming out, i.e. I need to try to finish this shit before Supergirl flops and everyone realizes that I can't build the universe.
So he's already shot it before Supergirl comes out. And by the way, Dante, I don't know if you and I have the same friend.
Oh no, I mentioned it yesterday that a certain friend of ours saw the movie.
Yeah, Supergirl is being test screened.
Yeah,
they are going to screen it again, a new cut in December. This is what I'm hearing. They just did one. They're going to make a lot of changes. They will screen Supergirl again in December, and then we'll see how different it is.
I mean,
I can't imagine. James Gunn lied. What? He said he had an outline done, and then 2 weeks later he had a script. What?
Think of what's gone on with the Gunverse. It's really been
that first slate.
The first slate. It's all changed. No authority. A lot of things moved around. Announced and canceled. Now the Lanterns is R-rated. If it's anything like Peacemaker. What is he doing?
Could you imagine
Lantern orgy? Are you kidding?
If 10 years ago I told you James Gunn was going to make a DCU and his first movies are going to be Superman, Clayface, Supergirl, and a sequel that's not a sequel but is a follow-up, but it's not a direct follow-up, and Superman's not the star, but he has important things to do. Those 4 projects. Does that make any sense whatsoever? No Batman, no Wonder Woman.
I mean, just look. If James Gunn wants to direct episodes of The Boys, he should go do that. But I really feel like, are we going to see in Lanterns someone with a ring making a green dildo? What is going
to throw on? Yeah.
I just having watched the first episode of Peacemaker, this is your DCU. I will say, looking back, whatever people think of the Snyderverse, I liked its seriousness. It took itself seriously, right? It might have been, and it was edgy, but not pornographic. I don't think I kind of want that, not for my DC or Marvel heroes. For The Boys, yes, it's a separate thing. Fine. Have orgy, or what did they call that? The orgy they had? Dante, the
Herogasm episode.
Herogasm.
That's right, Herogasm.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? That's fine. That's fine for The Boys. Okay, Watchmen, same thing. You know, you can go wild in that. But let's keep our DC and Marvel heroes pure.
By the way, I feel like this needs to be stated that the orgy in Peacemaker was way worse than Herogasm.
Yeah,
there was a lot more flaccid penises in Peacemaker than there was in Herogasm.
Now, James will tell you that that's to show that Peacemaker was regressing to his earlier habits of copious amounts of drug use and orgies, and that's all fun. The issue here is, because I don't have a problem with it, my problem is you told everyone that it is the sequel to Superman and his quote directly connected to Superman Man of Tomorrow now.
Yep.
Everyone that has seen it, all the press, they've only seen the first 5 episodes because the last 3 episodes are supposedly so chock full of cameos, even though Gunn says he doesn't like cameo porn, that it's going to be batshit and connect it to the next movie.
Well, so, I'll end on this. I think Gunn missed a huge opportunity with Superman to make a hero for a new generation of young boys. And it tells me he's interested in kind of his own sense of degenerate humor, whereas Gunn has no kids, married, no kids. I guess he's a dink.
If he
double
likes
income, no kids. Zack Snyder has kids. Whatever you think of the Snyder films, there was at the center some morality. You might not agree with his choices. Pa Kent being blown away in a tornado, I think, was bad choice. But I liked Russell Crowe, as Jor-El. There was a morality at the center. And I think that came from Snyder feeling a responsibility, being a father. Gunn not being a father doesn't know how important that is. And that's what's missing from this DC universe to me. based on what we've seen and based on that piece, I haven't watched beyond episode 1. Alan, have you?
I got to 2.5, and I'm out.
Yeah,
I've seen all three. It's look, I'm in it for the ride, but at the same time, it's not nearly as good as season 1 was. I don't know where Gunn is going with all this, but I'm willing to see it out just out of pure curiosity.
Yes.
But I have zero faith in it, like just none.
The first season was
I
about
don't-
Peacemaker.
Yeah,
I don't like that they're, I guess, learning the wrong things from Marvel and going from movie to TV show to movie and having audiences watch all of that in order to know what the continuity is, because I deliberately wouldn't watch any of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus because they were so boring. And now Kevin Feige's it kind of felt like homework. A lot of people didn't watch the TV shows because it was just too much time to invest in that. But that's what we're supposed to do in order to keep up with the DC continuity. I don't like that.
Yeah. Hey,
and by the way, that list that you just put up, I really only saw 3 movies that I think would probably do well, and one of those being the only original one in the bunch, which was Zelda. I think Zelda's probably going to do well just because it's the only original movie.
right. Well, original based on a game series.
Yeah.
But
Let
Sure,
me
but-
see what I'm most excited about. The conclusion to the Spider-Verse. Can you imagine in 2 years from now, we're going to finally get the conclusion to the cliffhanger we saw 2 years ago?
Dude, I can't believe that it's taking so
Yes.
long.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, this is big. Thank you,
Jesus.
RDV
Hey.
Arcade 219. 50 for 50. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters because of Film Threat vibes. We watched it again 4 more times. It is FT, guys, we now despise. This is what it sounds like. Just kidding. Love FT. Our little soda pops. Hey, Drinker, the Critical Drinker just dropped a review of K-pop Demon Hunters. If you've
Oh, I
not
know.
seen it, he loved it.
Yes. That movie is
Drinker
so
loved
good.
it. It's like, hey, I loved it. It's I really do think it has its roots in musical adventures of music bands like the Jackson 5 cartoon, Gem and the Holograms, Josie and the Pussycats, like adventure. It's weird. It's adventures, and we're a band and we sing songs. And Sean Hu gifted 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you for that, RDV and Sean Hu, for the support. We need it now. And please stop that like button because YouTube is screwing us right now. Go watch Red Letter Media's recent video. YouTubers across the board, big and small, are being, I don't know if all of you noticed.
Oh yeah, and also Ademion, if you guys follow him, he's done like a few in-depth dives into like what's been going on with YouTube and why smaller channels are getting like half the views they've gotten over the past month. So there's a lot of weird shit going on with YouTube right now.
Well, speaking of weird shit, speaking of weird things going on, AI is possibly the end of human creativity. This is, let me put up this story, but I also have a video clip. Why don't we kick it off with this video clip? And this is frightening. Illustrators that have a certain style, what is your motivation when with typing a few keywords and sentences, I can mimic your style in a piece of art based on myself meeting The Rock and hanging out with Sydney Sweeney? Okay. Let's take a look at this clip and then we'll go to the article for which we have notes. Check this out.
Raising it as you watch it.
Who does this put out of work? I mean,
Well, it's potentially the end of human creativity.
you believe that? You think it's just as good?
I think that what's coming is a world where we're not the only creative species, and that we will enjoy entertainment created by AIs. And so we wanted to train our AI on the greatest storyteller of the last 200 years, Orson Welles. He said, I learned from the master, John Ford, and John Ford. And so our AI is going to learn from the master, Orson Welles.
You're out there taking information that I guess is public at this point, but what right do the owners of that content have to saying, I don't want you taking this and making your own?
So this
No, before this continues, this is based on, they are doing this right now, I believe at MGM. They are taking Orson Welles' The Magnificent Ambersons, and they are recreating scenes that were lost to redo it in the way that Orson Welles supposedly originally intended. This is wrong. This is, and I found out more about that Wizard of Oz at the Dome, or in at the Sphere, the Sphere in Vegas. They cut out 30 minutes of the movie. The movie is less than an hour. It's like an hour long.
It's $100
show. We'll watch more of this, and then we'll get into the story. Sorry to interrupt. This is now, do I like the little AI trailers and sort of goofy redneck Star Trek? Yes, I like that. I think it's fun as a meme. This is now getting scary.
This is an original show, Exit Valley. So we created the art for it. It's actually, I saw your Tech CEO Summit. It's a satire of Silicon Valley. Mm-hmm. It's called Exit Valley. And, it stars characters like Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg. And the idea is that if these people are going to become the richest people to ever live, why don't we use AI against them to satirize them a little bit?
But what about the idea of taking content, like Squawk Box is owned by CNBC? What about the idea of taking content like Friends, the studio that owns that?
Yeah.
So how does that happen?
This is a huge potential revenue generator for studios.
So you would pay the studios?
Well, they could create models with us, and we would not allow someone to create Friends without the right to do that. Without the rights, right. Yeah, but you could imagine a world where a movie would come out on a Friday with a model alongside it, day and date release of a model. So a film comes out on Friday, John Wick 5, let's say, and by Sunday, using the model, there are millions of new scenes, there are thousands of new episodes, there are hundreds of new movies. And when I explained this to the former head of one of the studios, they said, Edward, if you try to do this, not only will I not help you, but I'll do everything in my power to stop you. That was a year ago, but now I think Hollywood is getting much more excited about the idea that they could monetize all of that instead of going to Google VO and for free.
Working with them instead of taking it.
Exactly. They could make enormous amounts of money every time you generate a movie in the story world of a Star Wars. You're paying them.
How long do you think we are, or how far do you think we are from that?
Well, we can already generate full animated episodes from a prompt, but it's a pretty much real time. So real time meaning to get 20 minutes would take 20 minutes. To get to the day and date release, I think we're looking at 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
And partnerships that are in play at this point. I've heard Disney might be a potential partner.
Yeah, we're talking to Disney about how a Star Wars might work or how other IPs might work. It works really well for story worlds. So this is a story world that I love. Maybe it's Tolkien, and I'd love to create my own stories with it, and then all that money flows back to the IP holder.
Who likes it? The bean counters in Hollywood? Do directors look at this and say, hey, I can get creative with this and use this as a tool, or not?
The artists that we're talking to feel that it's not just a tool, it's a new medium. It's an art form.
But don't you think that the writers, the actors, unless there's a true compensation scheme that directly flows back to them, and I imagine there will not be, or at least directly, that the companies will receive the lion's share of the profits, that you're going to have, you tell me, I would think that they're going to be actors and famed directors who are going to say, Disney, you go work with this guy, we're not working with you.
This guy is the next Bond villain.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put the link to this whole video in the description, but I want to go to the article about this badger. I believe we have notes if you can get right.
I was going to say, this was what Ben Affleck was saying when he was talking about AI, that all AI knows how to do is create, but an artist knows when to stop, and that a way to replace the revenue from DVDs that is gone could be in selling AI creation kits. You like it so much, you buy it, and that's their back end money again. All right. AI is possibly the end of human creativity. Edward Saatchi, CEO of the Amazon-backed startup Fable, believes the rise of AI marks possibly the end of human creativity, at least as something exclusively human. And he insists that it's not necessarily a bad thing. Speaking on CNBC's Squawk Box, Saatchi explained that what's coming is a world where we're not the only creative species and that we will enjoy entertainment created by AIs. His comments came as Fable's interactive platform showrunner announced a non-commercial academic project aimed at reconstructing the lost footage from Orson Welles' 1942 film, The Magnificent Ambersons. Saatchi noted that they chose Welles because they wanted to train AI on the greatest storyteller of the past 200 years. The original cut of the Ambersons, made shortly after Welles' masterpiece Citizen Kane, was famously altered by the studio while Welles was away in Brazil. About 43 minutes were destroyed so the silver nitrate could be recycled, turning the film into what many historians regard as a compromised version of Welles' vision. As filmmaker Brian Rose, who has spent years reconstructing the movie, explained, of 73 scenes in the original film, 21 were either cut completely or reshot, and 39 were shortened, and only 13 were left intact. They just radically altered the film. While Warner Brothers has not formally endorsed the project, Saatchi said the goal over the next 2 years is to get as close as possible to Welles' exact vision without finding the destroyed footage. Rose has already recreated sets in 3D and matched them to the original camera moves, scripts, notes, and photos, and archives to guide the AI process. Saatchi acknowledged the anxiety around AI in Hollywood, especially after the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes in 2023 secured protections over AI use, but he sees AI as a huge revenue generator for studios rather than a threat, predicting a future where a movie could launch alongside an AI model that allows fans to create millions of new scenes within days of release. Studios, once restrained, are now starting to come around to the idea of monetizing AI. They could make enormous amounts of money rather than leaving the profits to tech giants. Ultimately, Saatchi compared the creative possibilities to figures like Warhol and Da Vinci, calling the idea of AI producing art that spawns more art really exciting.
Yeah, I find this, welcome, DA, Derek Anderson.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Ladies.
I find this kind of sad. We're going to go back and then make Orson Welles isn't here to even approve this. I think eventually the estates of the rights holders will kind of be bullied into doing this. What are your guys' thoughts, having seen now the video and having heard what's in the story?
I think money talks. I think these studios now, I don't know. Maybe they have some delusion that this was just going to be a fad or something, and they didn't have to take it serious. They realize they got to take AI serious now. So, like he said, the bean counters are probably are chomping at the bit. I think that they're already looking for a plan to put in place so that they can make this happen. Because, like the guy said, the actors, the directors, they're probably not going to let this happen easily. So there's probably plans in place right now to try to fight this against all the unions, because all the unions are going to be against this. But it's too late. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's
Pandora's box. It has been opened. The toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it back in.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
The question I always have when it comes to this is the end user. Like, are we going to accept AI as the customer of content, or are we going to say, yo, this feels fake, I don't like it, and I'm going to find somebody that's an actual human being making original creative things? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I get a whiff of AI, right now it's kind of funny when you watch some of these AI videos. My brother was over here yesterday just showing me a whole ton of like Bigfoot AI videos, and we're having a good time and laughing at them. But to me, that's not real entertainment. It's kind of like a side. It's like a fad. I'm not gonna watch that every single day to get my entertainment fix. I might watch it once in a while, but if I get a whiff that something's AI, I automatically got my guard up and like, I don't know if I really care about this, and then as it goes on, you just kind of lose interest. I want creativity made by other human beings that relate to me, because I'm a human being. I'm not a damn robot or a computer or anything.
We do,
so
but
I
our
don't think it's
kids,
going to speak to us.
Our kids
And
might be sucked into it. Is the issue?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I just feel like human beings are what's we go to. Who was I listening to? We go to movies to actually watch ourselves. We don't go to watch the characters on the screen. We're trying to relate. That's the whole point. We're trying to relate to something, a story. So if it's not a human being writing a story, can that storyteller AI relate to humans? I don't know.
Well, like even just watching short form videos, like 8-second videos or 30-second videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, whatever, your brain knows that something's off when you're watching these AI videos. Your brain automatically like says like, this is really weird. This is uncanny. You don't really like it. You get kind of like this disgust sort of like in the back. You're like, oh, it's AI. Yeah, I don't really like that. You know, you kind of react negatively automatically. It sort of disgusts you because it's so uncanny, and you get like these ugh, I don't like that. That's AI slop. I don't like it because it's just so unnatural that you automatically, like, a part of you automatically rejects it, even though you'll like some people. I will continue to watch it, but you still like sort of reject it automatically because there's just like it triggers this disgust reflex in your brain because it's so uncanny. So for them to invest so much in it, is that going to be the reaction from the audience watching? Because like you mentioned the Sphere, because they are doing the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, and they had to like use AI to sort of recreate certain scenes. They cut some stuff out of it, but they used AI to incorporate some sort of scenes. And there are people that are coming out with reactions to that, and they say like, yeah, you can totally tell what is AI, and it kind of takes you out of it, takes you by surprise, because your brain automatically knows that something is weird about it. But they know that the overall experience of it is really good, but you can pick and choose and notice which parts are AI, and it sticks out to you because it's so
For
weird.
now, though,
You
in 6
automatically know that
months,
something is weird, but
that could be over.
yeah, but that's not like a whole movie or a whole TV show done with AI. That's just taking a movie that's already there and enhancing it, you know, and incorporating sort of AI concepts into it, and you automatically know like, oh, that's sort of weird. I don't know how I feel about that, but the overall experience was good.
This is great news for independent filmmakers, because as Hollywood leans more and more into AI, the niche market of real movies and real stories will be left of independent filmmakers, and I think people are going to be more drawn to that than what AI is going to produce.
The human touch. You think about how we feel about like CGI, you know, all over the screen, and people are now saying, "Man, can we get back to practical effects?"
Yeah,
you know,
we would rather watch cheap practical effects over CG.
It's going to be the exact same feeling.
Alien Earth is a great example of that. The CG effects are so stupid in that thing when you could have easily made a lot of these monsters practically and make it look a whole lot better. And
yeah, but none of this is going to matter because all of these are going to go to straight to streaming services, man. Look, I've gotten to the point where I pretty firmly believe the movie theaters are not going to be a thing 10 years from now. I feel like it's just not, at least not in the way that it is now. Like I said, it's going to be like a drive-in where it's going to be a very novelty thing, but I don't think that movie theaters are going to be where people are going to anymore. Where are we seeing that? I think if this AI thing does happen, it's just going to be all streaming movies anyway.
Yeah, I think you're going to see 1 or 2 chain theaters, and then the rest will be independent film theaters that
look at this.
Don't have the greatest screens, not that big, but they're showing the right stuff.
This movie slate looks like it was made by AI. This is 2027 movie slate.
Yeah.
Everything a sequel except Zelda, which is based on a game. This is all but Gato is original.
Okay.
Gato.
It's going to be like in Star Trek,
This is
where people eat
crazy.
replicated food, but people would also rather go to a real restaurant with food made by people. Yes, they're aware it's edible, but it's never going to replace home cooking. Will people watch AI slop? Sure, we watch it now. And eventually it might get so good you can't tell the difference, but it's still just never going to replace a human-made thing.
Hey, I know all you love award shows. You love awards. Well, the Emmys are happening, and guess what? 67% of all non-acting Emmy nominees are men.
What?
Off by 2%.
Yes.
Darn.
Yes. I have some handy graphics I'll share with you. But is that a disparity that we really need to be concerned with? The gender gap? Here it is. Women Media Center 2025 for the 77th Primetime Emmy Awards. 2,634 people have been nominated in 102 non-acting categories. Of these nominees, 855 of them are women, 33%, 67% are men, and 5, less than 1%, are non-binary. Well, I think that's non-binary
That's
making
the travesty
strides
right there. Yeah.
So,
which means they're probably men.
yes. So here are some handy graphics. If you want to go through these, Badger, maybe read off some of these. Look at this.
Sure. So all categories total, 67% men, 33% women. Overall producing, directing, writing, editing, nominations, all categories. Yeah, 68% men, 32% women. These are pretty consistent. Emmy nominations for outstanding producing, 64% men, 36% women.
Yeah, and the categories go
wow.
on and on.
Yeah.
Non-binary less than 1%. I have a lot of more.
Notice that
lot more
each category
stats.
says outstanding, which probably accounts for why it's mostly men and not women.
This is meritocracy,
Well,
right?
I'm just putting up the stats. Why are we concerned with this? Why is there such an obsession?
I don't care. Yeah. There's such an obsession with like men versus women. Like I can't stand it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter.
Did you know when John Lasseter was running Disney that the majority of animators were men? And when they got rid of him, they decided that it would be a great idea to make it 50-50 men and women. And Disney has done remarkable things since then.
Okay, but I'm confused because Hollywood, they don't know the difference between a man and a woman. So do they mean an actual male?
Right.
Is it male, female? Is it men who identify or women who identify as men? Are they part of the percentage? Like this could be all over the place.
I mean, look, there's disparities in all types of different job classifications. I don't know if it has any. I think it has to do also with people's interest, right?
Of course.
I mean,
if you have like if you've seen some of the stats of who does like the behind the scenes stuff in Hollywood, all of the artistry, like creating props and sets and all of that, it's always a bunch of guys. It's rarely women. And I don't know if that's just because women are not interested in creating props and they would rather go into the the softer arts of writing,
makeup, special effects, costume design. Yeah, because it turns out there's a difference between men and women. Broadly speaking, men are interested in things, objects. Women are interested in people, feel. So it's you just have a natural separation in job choices.
It's like that's just naturally what women and men gravitate towards, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And anecdotally, I worked in television. And I'll say the wardrobe, hair and makeup people were either women or the occasional gay man.
Gay man. Yeah.
And I trusted the gay man the most. Devin at G4 did my hair for years. He was gay and he was the best. I think people are gravitate towards different types of things. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything. Hey, cheers. Thank you for joining us.
Happy birthday.
I apologize for being late.
Good.
There was traffic on the way back from John Campia's.
Well, there you go. We're talking about the Emmys. There is a report from the Women's Media Center saying that 67% of the non-acting Emmy nominations are men. Do we need to be concerned about this? Now, if you break it down by category, I'd say in hair and makeup and wardrobe, more women are there. Like why are we obsessed with gender splitting everything?
You're asking me?
Yeah, but just
I'll tell you something.
So, everybody,
I do a podcast called Designing Hollywood, where over the last almost 5 years, I've interviewed most of the Academy Award winning costume designers, there has been few that are men. Daniel Orlandi, Paul Tazwell, who won the Academy Award this year for Wicked, who also did Spielberg's West Side Story. Predominantly in costume design, it is a female category. For only the reason being is that women gravitate more from their educational backgrounds to become costume designers, and they've all got different ways in. And I don't think that anyone's complaining about that. There's nobody keeping anyone from any position in Hollywood. It's just what people like to do. And you talk about the psychological differences between men and women. Men like things, and women gravitate toward people. And that is a difference in personality. It has nothing to do with ability. It's just the way people are. And the fact is, you don't have there isn't 100%. There's not the same amount of people that want to get into the professions. Does anyone ask if plumbers, where's the preponderance of women in plumbing?
Yes,
no one asked that question ever.
HR departments are nearly 90, I think it's 90+% women.
Yeah,
in HR departments, which is, it's fine.
But women are more interested in people, and men are more interested in things. So it makes sense that women are predominantly the HR department, because they're dealing with people and emotions and feelings and all that. That makes sense to me.
Speaking of things, Rob, just looking at your background, how would this compare to the collection that your partner has in terms of things? You have a lot of things.
She doesn't like that. It's clutter. What Elizabeth has is a lot of her paintings. A lot of her artwork is, I'm relegated here to the garage. The observatory is basically the garage to get me out of the house.
Yeah.
But in our house, we celebrate her work. It's on all the walls, and it's beautiful. And I am not a fine artist. I can't paint for shit unless it's a spaceship model.
By the way, the fairer you get, the more disparate and starker the differences between men and women get, the more egalitarian countries. And we've all listened to Jordan Peterson talk about this because, as he said, just interested in different things. And so you naturally gravitate towards different areas.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so weird. Like Hollywood is there's not the same amount of people clamoring. Anybody who wants to go into Hollywood's crazy.
Pay discrepancy too.
We're all nuts. Everybody's crazy. It's an impossible dream. And so the people that are there are crazy, including me.
just think this organization's agenda is to, I mean, look, I think if you're successful, I believe in merit-based.
Yeah.
I mean, there are very successful female producers, writers in Hollywood. Why this fact isn't broken down in a different way? I also see it as like a glass half full thing. You could look at this negatively, or you could say, look at the strides, and that's great. It really comes down to what's popular. I don't know. I just,
but also
we know that there's
a negative way of looking at this.
We know that there's differences between men and women. Like biologically, there's differences, mentally there's differences between men and women. The problem is that feminists nowadays don't want to believe that. They want to believe that women can do anything that men can do. And they will show you all of the different industries and they're suffering because women don't have as many rights or whatever. You're not allowing women the opportunity to thrive in the workforce. And that's why there's such a discrepancy in these types of industries, when in reality, it's just that women are choosing to not go that route. That's why they have to have all of these programs. Women in STEM, get more women interested. You have to get them interested because they are inherently just not prone to go that way. There are some women, yes, that will go and are interested in those fields, but the majority aren't. That's why you have to have special programs to try and get women interested in those fields. And they'll pull up these charts and make it seem like it's a bad thing. Like, look, there's more men over here. We need more women over here. You need to start hiring more women over here. Do they even want to go over there? Do they want to be in that field? If they did, then there wouldn't be so many discrepancies, between the two genders if they actually wanted to go into and pursue those fields. But feminists nowadays, they don't believe that. If a man
Well,
can do it, a woman can do it. So you need to hire more women over there.
there needs to be more stats from other types of jobs. Female plumbers. How many men are plumbers? What about garbage men? Well, excuse me, garbage person.
Sanitation engineer. Thank you.
Sanitation, whatever it
Yeah.
is. There's so many categories where men dominate, and there are other categories where women dominate, and that's okay.
And also,
So-
there has to be something to be said about the fact that filmmaking is hard work, man. Like, I know people they like to shit on it. They like to say, "Oh, it's all fluff and it's not a real job." Filmmaking is fucking hard, man. Making a movie from beginning to end, shooting, production is hard work. And I'm not saying that women don't want to do hard work, but I'm talking like labor intensive work, right? And like you said, because of the gender difference, men are more prone to do labor type jobs than women are, right? And filmmaking is a lot of labor, which they find out when they try to start doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Too, one of the things about, I've worked in the entertainment business, the movie business since 1989. And I've worked with a lot of really great female producers. And one of the really interesting things that people don't talk about is filmmaking is one of the great professions where men and women can complement one another. Whereas I've found that, women tend to be very pragmatic and men kind of have their heads stuck in the clouds. I mean, men are like dreamers, and a woman will tell you, okay, that's great. I really, really like what you want to do and I want to be involved, but how can we make this real? What is it that we can do? And that's why so many great, there are a lot of great female producers, because they're good at realizing, like, being a pragmatist, like, okay, we're going to need this, we're going to need this, we're going to need this. And that's not saying there aren't great male producers. There are. But if you look at some of the great, when Gail Ann Hurd was married to James Cameron, they met working on low budget films, but it was Gail Ann Hurd going, look, at the beginning of Aliens, you can't have that blue laser. We don't have the money to pay for it unless you're going to pay for it yourself. And he did. You know how many alien suits they had when they made Aliens? 6 alien suits, because you had Gail Ann Hurd and James Cameron who'd come up together. They trusted one another. She was one of the great pragmatic female producers, and still is one of the smartest people I ever met in the business, but they complemented each other. And, they were also, then they got married, but that's what that's what good business is. I mean, you find people that have complementary skills and you put them together and you can make some real magic happen, especially in Hollywood.
Well, a question I have is, what was the point of putting together like this graph, right? Like, are they trying to say they want more females to come into the business?
Who put together the graph?
Right. Who put together the graph,
Right.
and for what purpose did they
There's
put
a
it
conspiracy.
together?
That's what you got to go to.
That's what they want.
The Women's Media Center. So that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, but this is for Emmy nominations, and again, the word "outstanding" appears in all of those categories. I mean, is it that women aren't making outstanding work? Is it? I mean, there's the level of half and half, men, women doing the job, but now you're focusing on the outstanding, final products that come out of it to nominate, but
is that based on
what does gender have to do with excellence?
But is that based on the show that's being nominated, or just in general?
Just listen to how they talk when they talk about it. When they say, "Oh, X-Men, a lot of women on there," I think they should call it. Listen to the Charmin Obaid Chinoy of, like, I'm not going to do the accent, but like when women are in charge, it's like they care about that over the actual product.
Yeah, but they're not getting nominated. The Acolyte is not getting nominated
because they're not doing good work.
And that's my point. So when they say outstanding, are they talking about because of the show that's nominated, or just overall?
It's the category of that show. I mean, obviously, the best costume design is going to be predominantly women, regardless of the quality of the show.
Simply because the women outnumber men in that profession,
right. Vice versa,
like
right.
10-2.
Mm-hmm. Right. And now you're filtering out the best of the best. Again, it's kind of that shotgun theory. If 90% of the people in that category are women, the majority, if not all, the nominations will be women.
And also we're seeing women, like, there are women that might not have been interested in a part of the industry that are getting interested in jumping in. Like, for instance, cinematography. Ryan Coogler works with a female cinematographer. There were hardly any cinematographers. I interviewed Mandy. She was the cinematographer who shot Elvis. you know, she did an incredible job. And she talks about when she, in the interview I did with her, she talks about when she started, there was hardly any female cinematographers in Australia. It was almost unheard of. And yet she talks about how she had a lot of male cinematographers help her out, bring her in, train her, what was showing her, she showed a real interest, a real initiative, and she had some of the best cinematographers in the world helping her out. And now she tells me that she wants to be the first woman to shoot a James Bond movie. And yes, she should be, because she's earned it.
Could just be that simple. Like, I remember when I was doing culinary, not a lot of men in baking, predominantly women. Don't ask me why. I think you can all guess why, but that's the point. Just some careers just go to certain people. Where all the action is, all the shit on the line, those are male chefs. It just is a natural divergence. And I pray we end up like Star Trek, where AI gives us infinite energy and all these things, where we have nothing to do except prove how exceptional we are, and everything is meritocracy. And what have you accomplished with your life now that you had all your base concerns? I pray we go back to meritocracy, because this ain't it. This is politics.
Hey, and speaking of Star Trek, everyone knows what today is.
59 years old, Star Trek is.
59. Star Trek Day. Today, September 8th, 59 years ago, the first episode of the original series of Star Trek aired.
The Man Trap.
Today is that, yes, Man Trap was the first episode that aired, and on the official Star Trek YouTube channel, a video was released. Let's take a look at this video. Just we're going to see what this is. It's 15 seconds.
It's about
That's
time.
right. A Lego Star Trek game is coming out.
Yeah.
Coming very soon.
Wait,
Are we
that's
excited?
the big release?
Well,
No, they're
there's a little
Nickelodeon shows. Chris, did you see the trailer for the Nickelodeon Star Trek series?
I did not drop the link. I've got something else to show. You know, we've been talking about AI and whatnot, but you know, I kind of like all these created trailers that people have come up with. You know, these sort of they're great. They're a lot of fun. Here's one I think Rob would like. Just gonna throw it up on screen just for a second. Just for a second. Let's put this up here. Let's watch a little bit of this. This is Redneck Star Trek.
Best.
I prefer this. Beam me up, Bubba.
Nice.
I love all the cameos. It's great.
This is how you do it.
I love the cameo. We got some tribbles there. Elf Klingons? I love it. All right.
Reverse
Just
this, huh?
repeating there.
Well, I take it back. AI is great.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
That's how
I
you
mean,
do
that
AI.
may be the future, but I have an announcement about this channel. Initially, we had talked about doing a Star Trek, putting Star Trek on trial. We all know what the result of that trial would be. That the current shepherds of the Star Trek franchise have driven it into the ground, from the atmosphere into the ground. And so next month, we are going to belay a trial. We will be doing it may end up being our longest live stream yet. We are doing a Star Trek funeral. And what I hope that you will join us, Rob. Everyone here will come on, give their eulogy to Star Trek. We'll get Critical Drinker, Gary, other people that you know in the space. We're going past a trial. We all know the conclusion. Is an argument even necessary?
Guilty.
And so we're doing a Star Trek funeral, date to be determined, and we're listening. The audience, I mean, come on. We're doing actually
no due process. What happened to due process?
Look,
America,
straight to judgment.
Section 31.
We don't need to go to a trial. We have video. We have the series. We have the trailer to Starfleet Academy. We're going straight to the funeral of Star Trek, and then we are doing a different funeral that is going to surprise all of you. But I'm announcing now, next month, October, a Star Trek funeral, date TBD, and it'll be an all-star guest lineup and the longest live stream we've ever done. It'll be more than 7.5 hours.
Oh,
wow. So ready, Alan?
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Chris, I put the link in the private chat of something.
Okay, great.
The
So
new
let's-
Star Trek series that was announced today, and it's not fake.
Okay, well,
You guys have to stay until you tell us there's only 3 lights.
All right, this is Star Trek Scouts. It's from Nick Jr. I'm going to share screen right now. This is where we're at with the series. I have not seen this. This is new to everyone.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's watch this.
All right, Scouts, it's asteroid blasting time.
Your mission is to discover, grow, and
Yeah!
Star Trek.
Robot arm. I'm disabled.
Star Trek. Star Trek.
Ultra mode, reach!
Blue hair.
It's a Targ from Planet Kronos. 10 seconds to impact. No time to waste that. Holy cow!
And you guys question that we're going right to a funeral. I think that right there, it's Dead Jim, a Star Trek funeral. We're doing it. This is my announcement. Date TBD, but look for a big announcement of the date in a teaser trailer for our funeral coming soon. It'll probably just be a title reveal.
You didn't like the Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Spot character?
Yeah. What'd you think? Is that, I can't believe that's, there is, I'll tell you, one of the greatest pieces of Star Trek media ever, which we can't show for music, is something Robert Meyer Burnett edited years ago.
30 years ago.
What's that? How many?
30.
30 years
Actually,
ago.
29.
It's called Star Trek Eternal. Is it on your channel?
Yeah, but it's on my old channel. It's really terrible.
Can I ask Robert a question? That little Vulcan had a robot arm. Couldn't you theoretically just replace your arm with your pattern from the pattern buffer and teleport it and just have it rebuilt back?
Theoretically, you could do that. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. But, I think what's interesting to me is like I've loved Star Trek my whole life. I love the original series when I was 5 years old, and the idea that they keep trying to make Star Trek younger, Starfleet Academy, Star Trek Prodigy, I don't understand it. It's really an odd, like Star Trek was always this aspirational show about where I hoped I could be when I grew up. Not, I didn't like seeing kids on Star Trek. I'm like, I was a kid.
Shut up, Wesley.
Show me something I've never understood that. I've never understood why do these franchises that capture the imagination of kids eventually find themselves full of kids in them. And like, who are they trying to appeal to? Star Wars appealed to everybody.
Yep.
It appealed to the kid in me when I was a kid. It appeals to the adult in me now. And yet this idea that we have to go back and appeal to, why is it we've infantilized kids so much in the last 40 years?
Star Wars did a cartoon that looks just like this too, called Younglings, that also failed horribly. Right?
Yeah,
that also failed horribly.
I watched the Star Trek original series when also I was very young. My dad was a huge fan of NASA and things real space exploration. We watched Star Trek and had deep conversations. I was 7. We watched it in reruns in the 70s. I was a little kid. I was the problem with so much children's programming, it talks down to kids. They're not allowed to think about things that matter. And it's really devolved. I mean, where is the Star Trek franchise now? Now that we've seen these videos put out by official Star Trek, we have a Lego game coming out. Okay, I didn't know about that. And the Star Trek Scouts show for Nick Jr. What is everyone's thoughts on the series and maybe what Star Trek means to you?
Well, not only that, but I think that a lot of within society, we've also lost that morality too, which is at the heart of a lot of these series. And people take lessons from morality lessons and life lessons from these shows. But also, like, when we were young, you're kind of, I don't want to say forced to watch what your dad was watching on TV, but usually in my experience, that's what I watched. I watched whatever my parents were watching, and if they weren't watching TV, then that's when I got to take control of the TV. So a lot of times I was watching what they were watching and then having conversations about the shows that I was watching with them. Nowadays, I think that the reason that they have these shows that are geared towards these specific younger audiences is because nobody's watching them now. Nobody's watching them at, like, the adults that these shows were meant for aren't watching it, so they have to capture a younger audience. The problem with that is that a younger audience has a wide array of content on the internet, on streaming to watch, that they're forced to sort of dumb it down for them and make it super bright and super colorful and really dumb for them to watch it and be interested in it, because they can just simply turn it off and watch something on Netflix. Like, they can watch so many other things that have to make it really bright, colorful, and dumbed down, and super fast paced in order to keep the interest of a child.
What about if there's a mashup like this? Let's look at this a sec.
Making your way in the shuttle bay takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your duties sure would help a lot.
To tell Justine Bateman on you.
Or wouldn't you like to be more?
I actually watched this show.
Sometimes you boldly go where everybody knows your name. And the android's glad you came. You are a subspace frequency where troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to go and make it so. A cup of tea, hot or Earl Grey. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
All right. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. But I mean, this is where we are with Trek. It's like, look, I mean, Rob, the Tomy Klingon starship campaign,
the Klingon battlecruiser that just ended 20 minutes ago.
It ended. Yeah, it ended, but they extended it actually.
Right till today. It ended at 2:00.
And but it's they've extended. You've got some time to grab it. So you dropped what, $700?
Well, you don't not yet. I mean, but I did split it over 4 months. 4
Right.
payments. But yeah, I
Right.
bought the other 2. So they did.
Yeah.
Tommy did they're amazing. So
Yes.
they're 1/350th scale. So they're like this big. Of the original Enterprise, the refit Enterprise from Star Trek: The Motion Picture, now the D7 battle cruiser. They're beautiful. They're really, really, really gorgeous pieces.
You're the demo. I mean, like, I don't understand trying to make Trek. I feel like go for that audience, and you can pass down your love of Trek to people that are younger for an appreciation.
But
this is what
pass this down.
This is what I've said for years. Like, why don't you just, because making Star Trek Scouts, little kids aren't going to go watch Star Trek Scouts. I'm sorry. They're not going to watch it. They're going to watch stuff that they enjoy. Like, why not just make Star Trek for Star Trek fans? Why not make Star Wars for Star Wars fans, Marvel for Marvel fans? Why are you trying to cross-pollinate all of these various groups of people into something, and then they're all going to reject it anyway? How often have we seen this? We keep seeing this time and time again. Nobody's going to watch Star Trek Scouts. The little kids ain't interested in that. They're going to go watch anime. This is why they're being pushed over, because they're going to go watch stuff that feels like it's made for them. Not made for the little dumbed down version of some adult that loves Star Trek. Like, no, I want to watch something that's made specifically for me as a little kid. And that's what I'm going to gravitate to, because look, we all gravitate to different things that we feel are made for us. All right. And the funny thing is, you don't have to dumb it down. Like, I love Ghostbusters when I was coming up. Loved it. There's not a single kid in Ghostbusters. All right. The original movie. It's all adults. Nope. It's adult stuff going on. All right. No little kids in there at all. But I liked, like sci-fi. I liked ghosts. I like horror. So I like all of that stuff just kind of mixed together. And that's who and look, all the kids loved it. All the kids loved Ghostbusters. So why don't you just think about that? Stop trying to dumb things down for a group of kids that aren't going to go watch it anyway. Just make the content, and whoever likes it will come and watch it.
This one may have gone too far right here.
Which is why it's so dumbed down. They're like, well, kids are dumb, so they'll just understand this.
This may have gone too far.
No, this one's pretty great.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
On the side, cool hand, one brow. Logic says no groove, but he's moving now.
Oh my god.
Curve shirts already have
Oh man.
Flash, roar. Don't stop. Ooh, disco in the stars tonight. Hoping to the speed of light.
I don't mind mixing the crews. Who cares?
Starfleet fever shine together.
Wow.
Janeway heels hit sharp. The whole floor bends. She commands the room, no debate,
there you
no
go.
ends. Her red hair burns up in the strobe light. Dark by day, but a midnight queen tonight. Shine gold. 7 the line, every angle exact. Metal heart still beating to a human track. A hooter lifts a voice, hot, sweet, hot. Song so strong, the ceiling forgot.
Damn.
Troy just smiles, knows exactly who's in love. Jack spins fire.
Oh, Jadzia. Oh, yeah.
Disco in the stars tonight.
Dana.
Let's go. Oh god.
Live long and grow forever.
Go the sideburns.
Starfleet fever shine together.
Yeah.
First, but the circuit swing. Focus math, he calculates the groove of everything.
Disco
Rocket
man.
leans back, one hand, one chair. Ladies laugh. First off, it's a flare. Bones already sweat, whiskey glass coat. Cussing never had, but he's still on the stroke. Damn it, Cisco. Voice drops low, bass in his soul. Deep space funk, can't lose control. Work cracks the floor. Too hard for the tires. Jordy shades flash. Disco beams for miles. Scotty spins knobs. Warp drive like a DJ stand. Quark count coins. Ferengi got a plan. Jason flip twice. Mirror snap. Dr. Hums through hologram with the song. Complex wild. Chest bare hair mad. Cornstalk boom.
All right, this goes on for like
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is pretty long.
All right. There'll be a link in the description, but I have one.
I'm feeling a
final
little
thing to
10
say.
forward right now, if you know what I mean.
But here is, I'm going to end on this with this topic, but we are doing a Star Trek funeral. This is the best piece of media edited ever about Star Trek. 30 years old. We will get copyright if I show it.
I should preface this by saying I did this in a day, and I only had whatever Mark Altman and I had with laser discs and VHS at the time. I had some extra room.
It's
so.
5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. Does the chat want us to watch the whole thing or not?
Yeah, Robert,
because
don't copyright claim us.
This is so good. We'll cut it out, but for the purposes of the live stream, we can watch it all. It's not, the resolution's not great, Rob. It's like
It's terrible. I mean,
Is
this
it
is one of the
480?
very first things it's 480.
Dude, I made hundreds of copies of this on VHS tapes. I mailed them to friends. So we're getting a lot of yeses. Are we going to go with yes?
I will say what's interesting about this is Paramount bought it. They called me up out of the blue and they had asked if I had made this montage. And keep in mind, it's very primitive and it was done.
Yeah.
It's not my best work, but they called me and they wanted to use it. And they did use it to promote the 30th anniversary of Star Trek in 1996. So I did various cut downs of this. And then I got hired because of this video that I just did randomly for an award ceremony that we were doing for Sci-Fi Universe, Chris. This was done for the Sci-Fi Universe Awards to show before Majel Barrett. It was only supposed to be shown once at an award show. And then I got hired to work for the next 2 years on the Star Trek Experience in Las Vegas, where I had cut all of the videos that played in the initial opening of that attraction, the $80 million attraction that used to be at the Hilton in Vegas.
Let's
because
watch
of this little piece, this little video.
I get chills every time. I get choked up at the end.
It is, guys, it's not that good.
No, dude.
Pure
you are
cinema.
under. Let's just watch it.
I'm sorry, it's terrible. It looks terrible.
This was HD back in the day. You get astigmatism, Jesus.
Damn.
Time for
Rob,
readings, everybody.
I get chills every time that and it's John Williams score for Nixon.
It was done for it's a piece of music called the 60s, the tumultuous decade. And I just thought I always want to put Star Trek imagery to it. And again, I only had a day. Most of the time doing that was finding all the clips, and you had to digitize them into the computer before you could edit them. So I would say 75% of the time was us going back and forth through VHS tapes and laser discs. And because I know the show so well, there was images I just wanted to get. And then I had to figure out, so I threw them together. This was not something that was thought through. It was done very, very quickly. But it led to me gainfully employed, and I made a lot of money because of that.
Good. You deserved it. It's anyways, I love that tribute. We'll do a Star Trek funeral in October and let you know when we're going to do it. One last thing we'll end on today. Just want to say this. What does the reaction to the Philly Karen really mean?
Ooh, that's good.
What does it mean? We saw in the opening of the show a baseball that I caught. I got it, was ripped from my hands, but this thing trended all weekend. We'll watch some videos and whatnot, but I think it means a pushback against a type of person who likes to meddle and make things difficult for others. This type of person, and I'll share some of the videos that we have queued up here. This type of person is intent on making things awful for everyone. This person exists in HR departments all over, at films studios, at places like Amazon and DEI departments. The pushback on this is really because people are tired of this type of person. Here we go. This is and whatever you think. Here, look. This is how it all played out. Some people. Okay, maybe it didn't play out that way. But I wonder what you guys think. I'll bring up some more memes and videos, but I really do think this type of person has impacted movies, HR departments, all areas of life. And that's why I think the world kind of it's captured the imagination of people. What does anyone want? Feel free to comment. Not all at once. Go ahead, Badger.
No one? I wish you hadn't given up. See, that's
I was talking. I was just
Steph
muted.
was muted.
I was muted. That's my bad. I think people are tired of the selfishness of people right now. You know, everybody suffers from main character syndrome. This was a huge example of that. So many people are just like, dude, there's a certain type of like quiet, unspoken etiquette when it comes to, catching a fly ball or catching a home run ball, and there being a child near you. It just goes to the kid. You just give the kid the ball. The dad caught the ball for his son and she comes over and takes it. That's a very selfish person. That's someone that says, I was there. That was supposed to be mine, but you came and took it from me. I want it back. Even though I didn't touch the ball, I didn't grab the ball, I was nowhere near the ball, and you got it first. I have right to that ball because I wanted it. It's all about me. It's this whole selfish attitude that people are frankly just sick of. And I actually, the guy that's in the green jersey right there that also went after the ball, he came out on Instagram and spoke about what happened, and because she ended up going over to him and yelling at him in his face because he, told her like, you fucking suck. You took a ball away from a kid. And she went over to him and got in his face and yelled at him. And apparently like her dad just died. And so automatically that gives you free reign to go and treat people like crap? No, if your dad just died, that doesn't give you the right to treat people like shit. Maybe you shouldn't be at a ball game right now. Maybe you should be dealing with that. But I think people are really just done with all of the selfishness that comes from, all of these people nowadays. Of course, social media doesn't really help with that. If anything, it just encourages main character syndrome. But seeing it played out in real life, it really rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah. Others, go ahead, please.
Well, did you see the one where they showed other people catching balls to show the opposite of what happened? There was one guy that did like a happy dance, and he did this big dance because he caught the ball, but then he saw a little girl right next to him, and he took the ball without hesitating and handed it to her, and she got to do her dance, and she got to keep the ball. I mean, it's like you said, there's etiquette about this kind of stuff, and it should always be about the kids, you know. And
here's the Grinch. They're doing a little parody.
That is
at
awesome.
another. This is all I can say is that that couple that was at that concert really is glad this happened.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, yeah.
There were actually like 2 more balls that flew in their direction. Everybody who got those balls gave it to that kid.
Nice.
The thing I don't understand, though, the thing I don't understand is that even if you're a terrible person, even if you have no morals whatsoever, the fact that you have all these cameras on you, right? The fact that everybody's watching you do this, like, shouldn't that be enough? Just forget like being a good person. Just the self-preservation of, hey, I don't want to be deemed as America's asshole. Like, you would think that would be enough to be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this.
She probably thought she was in the right and that people would agree because they're all narcissists. They think that the world should be the way they want it, which is kind of why I wish that father had shown his son a different lesson of not backing. This is like don't negotiate with terrorists type of thing. Just because someone tantrums and whines doesn't mean they get their fucking way, but he capitulated. And yeah, it all ended up great, but I don't know. Not a great look because did you see the follow-up video? His son and daughter did not look very happy with him when they're explaining it to the news.
Well, I will say this, as a father to a son and daughter, and I used to take my kids to arena football games, the LA Avengers. I don't know if anyone remembers those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
It was cheaper to go see a football game at the then Staples Center than go to the movies. It was tickets were so cheap. We had so much fun. It was great. As a dad, I kind of see that his reaction. I understand. He wanted to de-escalate, get away from me. You're a crazy woman. Fine. And it all worked out. I think he tried to be the bigger person. It could have escalated. Then he would have been the asshole no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, if he stands his ground and she keeps the argument going, and then maybe she, brings her boyfriend over. I don't know, whoever was sitting with her, it just keeps going on and on and on. Eventually, it's like, and that's his son's birthday, or I guess they were celebrating his son's birthday.
They were celebrating his birthday, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, man, look, I don't want to have to deal with this idiot. I'm enjoying my time with my son. This is a birthday celebration. Let me get this witch out of the picture and let's get back to doing what it is that we were doing, which was having a good time before this idiot came along. But look, at the end of the day, it turned out great because he got like a signed bat. Like what else did they give him? They gave him a signed bat. He got a bag full of goodies from the Marlins because they felt bad about what happened to him. It was caught all over. So, I mean, this kid ended up getting to go back and meet, a Philadelphia Philly, get a signed bat. I've heard like other goodies have been given to the kid. So it's like, it's all well that ends well. But at the end of the day, it's like, stop being a Karen, stop being an asshole.
I agree with you up to a point, D. I think that, I agree with you with everything except for the fact of her boyfriend. Because I think any guy who's with a woman like that probably isn't getting in anybody's face. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you, the kind of guy that she is attached to.
I'm just saying the husband. I'm just saying the father doesn't know that. The father is trying to de-escalate that.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe you.
When she was doing all of that, because she went downstairs, yelled at that guy in his face, went back to her seat, yelled at some other dude up there, started, held the ball, showed everybody the ball, and then turned around and gave everybody the finger. Her husband just sat there. He wouldn't have done anything.
Oh, he probably would, but I'm saying that the dad didn't know that. He don't know what he's dealing with in that particular moment when he's giving the ball away. Just get the hell away from me, because you never know how a situation can go. But yeah, I mean, that dude is a
I defend the dad. He didn't want to ruin his kid's birthday by getting in a fight with a crazy stranger. Much less he knew he was on camera. It's all eyes on him. He's gonna fight with a woman?
You just tell her to fuck off, and you don't. And when she touches your son, you destroy her, and everyone will be all right and be on your side.
You see, check out this clip.
People
love
need to
this
go
one.
back to just saying
I
fuck
love
off
this
to
one.
people.
Oh no!
The
Oh
Gollum.
no!
Precious.
So good.
I think that's the one
That's
right
perfect.
there. But I really, it's
Yeah.
people are sick of these types
See,
of
that
people.
is what AI is for, man.
Yeah, right there. But also, I've dealt with people like this in the corporate world. I know that people that make movies have to deal with these types of Karens saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. You pick your battles. But we are done with these people. We are done. I really feel like that's what it means. That's why the reaction was so strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because the best thing
Yeah.
we can do right now is just shame them. You know, all you
Right.
can do is shame them. You know what I mean? Because if you get into an altercation, now, you know, instead of that person being the asshole, now it's debatable who's the asshole, right?
Oh, he
But
should have
it's
just
like-
walked away. Oh, he shouldn't have getting now. Especially if he touches her and she starts to file a lawsuit. I mean, you never know where this shit is going to go when you're dealing with one of these types of people.
Yeah.
Best is to get them out of your hair and not have to deal with it. I love that. That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I think the dad did the right thing. Like, here, take the stupid ball, just get away. Get away from me and my family. You're ruining our night. You know,
Yeah.
take the ball. It means this much to you that you're making this big of a fuss. Take the ball and go away. He essentially treated her like a child. But I think that people were upset because what she did is essentially like taking candy from a baby. You know, you're taking a ball
Yeah.
away from a kid and you're a grown ass adult. It shouldn't mean that much to you that you're going to go and make this huge stink. You took my ball. I touched the ball. You took my ball.
And
It's
on his
like, really, you're
birthday,
gonna act
it was
like
the
a child?
kid's
Fine.
birthday.
Here, take this stupid
But
ball.
look, she's
and
getting
go
what she
away.
deserves now, man, because she's famous.
Yeah.
She's famous everywhere. Everybody knows who she is. And so, you know, she got her just desserts for it. So I hope the ball was worth it, lady. Whoever the hell you are. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, and then now Marcus Lemonis is giving them an RV and they're going to the World Series.
Are you
See the
serious?
press-
Somebody told me that
Yes.
last night and I couldn't believe it.
It's happening. So Marcus Lemonis, he does a reality show where he helps people reinvigorate their businesses. And I mean, the PR he's going to get for that will more than pay for that RV. And it's amazing. And here, even the organization, like they got a little gift bag, I thought, which was awesome. Here, look at this.
So we brought you a cool little goodie bag.
Happy ending. Happy ending for this kid.
Man, you know that Karen was sitting over there just steaming at this moment.
Yeah.
She was
Not
pissed.
very
You know she
far.
was just like, oh,
The
I
crowd
know.
was with him.
The crowd's cheering. Oh,
Yeah,
I
every
love
time that kid got something like a foul ball or whatever, because I watched a ton of clips on it. Everybody cheered for the little kid and then booed the lady. Like, eventually her and her husband just got up and left, like, voluntarily. They didn't get kicked out or
Good.
anything. They just got up and left
Well, I
voluntarily.
would
'Cause
leave.
they couldn't handle all the boos. Like, what she did was wrong, and people were shaming her for it, and they couldn't handle it, so she left.
Well, who knows what's going to happen with that woman, but I mean, push back against these type of people. I don't want her to lose her job, but she really needs to look at her life. But she'd make a great villain in a new Star Trek
I never want
movie.
people to lose
Or,
their jobs because of stuff like this. I think losing your job is like an extreme thing to do. But you also
Yeah.
have to remember this: if you're a company and you deal with clients, do you want somebody like that on your squad? Right? Like, you almost have to
Yeah.
fire her, just
Yeah.
to keep your clients happy.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, hey, let's go to Soups as we wrap up. And wow.
$100 Red Boy from Gorbachev. Star Trek influenced me going into the military and influences what is now my career. We look forward to the past to inspire imagination and not steal from it. Love you guys and can't wait until the next staff meeting. Oh, long-time listener, third-time caller. Shout out Gorbachev.
Well, we are going to do the Star Trek funeral, and it'll be something of when we did the Star Wars funeral, which is on our channel, 7.5 hours. It was a eulogy, yes, but it was really a love fest. People talking about how much they love Star Trek and what made it so great and how it changed their lives. So I expect our Star Trek funeral will be both sad and hopefully inspirational.
Star Trek used to be aspirational, and then they went a different route. Albert, not a retro for 20. I have a Kirk heavy tribute called Star Trek Hurt, which features the song Hurt as performed by Johnny Cash. If you go see it, be aware that the upside down American flag is not a dig. It's the logo for American Records.
Oh, thank you,
Duly
Albert.
noted.
That's great. Another from Albert.
For another 5. Remember the secret of my success? I can be taller, I can be shorter, I can be younger, I can be older, but can you be a minority woman?
Food for thought.
Jeff Maddox, member for 20 months. In my experiences, HR Karens have ruined warehouses. Yes.
I would agree.
I believe it.
I would 100% agree.
Did you notice the lady had the same horn-rimmed glasses as the CEO from Cracker Barrel? They all have like the same
They got
archetype.
the same look. Yeah.
That's going to be a costume. Halloween, look for Philly Karen.
Absolutely. For 2. Knocking out a Karim sounds like, knocking out Karen sounds like a great B-Day gif. Yeah, well. Albert, not a retro for another 10. Steph, Taylor Swift is a Karen to the 10th power. Her husband is Travis Kelce. He'd have done something. Kelce needs a LT Theismann, whatever, special for being a simp.
God, I can't stand seeing them everywhere. It's so annoying.
Geek Truth 64 for 5. Happy Star Trek Day. It influenced me going into the military as well. The new stuff isn't Trek, but the old stuff is still there to revisit. Correct.
By the way, Rob, I'm invited tonight to the finale of Strange New Worlds with a Q&A with the cast. It's in Culver City. I mean,
I can't believe they didn't invite me.
You look like me. You could say you're me. We get mistaken for each other. Why not?
True.
You could go.
No, I would get too angry. I'd have an
Okay.
aneurysm. I have a big interview I have to do tomorrow, and I'm very excited to do that interview.
Why do you have a bag full of rotten vegetables? No reason.
Well, that's the show
Ooh.
itself.
Yeah. Psychotic Mongoose gifted 1 film threat membership. Shout out.
That's great. Thank you.
Lady Fossilot for 5. This point of view is from a non-creative, and the perfect counter is the Jurassic Park debate between Ian Malcolm and John Hammond. Could you play the clip? I'm assuming it's your scientists were so busy thinking about whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think about whether or not they should.
That's a great clip. We'll have to do that another time. We're wrapping up, but thank you, Lottie, Lady Fossilot.
Flip Beater Gibbet for $9.99. I can't. So this AI stuff, I just pray God takes me before the war of the sex robots. Every day Battlestar Galactica gets closer and closer. That means we have to not call them AI slop. We got to be nice to them. So that when they gain full sentience, they remember that we didn't try to, take them out, call them
Also,
toasters.
spoiler alert: the sex robots are already here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Ducky 9976 for $4.99. I'm curious what your thoughts on the Longest Walk theater promotion, where you walk on a treadmill above 3 miles for the entirety of the movie. I would have done it had it been at my local theater.
It was awesome. It was.
Yeah.
There's video of it. That it
Did you
was.
see pictures
awesome.
of it? It's cool.
I gotta see it. I've seen the movie. We've seen the movie, Rob. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
But that's not even that. I could do that. That's easy, but I don't know.
How long is the movie? Is it like 3 hours or something like that?
No,
because that would be a long. That'd be a long walk.
It's under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do that. That's nothing, man. 2 hours, 3 miles an hour, piece of cake.
Albert, not a retro for another 5. I'm being denied my Hail Steph via Super Chat, but I've tagged Film Threat in the chat. Please read it. I mean, we could.
Okay, well, let's
Hail
find
Steph.
that one.
Hail Steph.
Let's find that one.
Yes.
And we are going to wrap it up today, but wow, what a fun show. I got to say, this was, I'm so glad, guys, some people showed up.
Water.
I appreciate it. Star Trek funeral, it's happening. Wait, did you find it? Did we find it? I'm not sure. But thanks to our mod, Lord Thoth. Thank you everyone who sent in a soup. And thank you to the Versus panel today. Epic. Everyone, sound off. Get you on there. Plug your channel. What you have coming up next.
Yo, Derek Anderson, the DA. Watch for daily videos. Plus, we got the nightcap coming up Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday, we're going to be going over Peacemaker episode 4, season 2, episode 4. Looking forward to see you guys there. Peace out.
What's happening, guys? Dante, Verbal Riot. Follow me, Rumble, YouTube, and X. I will have my video for Alien Earth out by tomorrow, and catch me on BRL 6 p.m. Thursday.
Steph, My Nerdy Home. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I have nerdy news and TikTok talks, as well as some videos coming out this week.
And will you be doing a cereal review?
Oh my gosh. If I find it, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm going to mix the cereals together as well.
There you go. That's great. All right.
R&B from the Burnett Work on YouTube, or find me also on Instagram at just RM Burnett. A lot more videos coming, including a series that I am not in, celebrating the new upcoming Icons of Fright book, where they interview a lot of people from horror history.
Angry Badger, Badgercast, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Inside the Badgerton Friday. And if I'm to believe Star Wars Theory on his stream, I'm the new host of Rule of 3 with him and Dash. So look forward to that on Thursdays.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yo, I'm Alan, and we're back on Wednesday for Hollywood on the Rocks. And we're going to talk about The Paper.
Yes, Alan has seen The Paper, which is the TV series that is...
The Office reboot.
Yeah, The Office. We'll see, and we'll talk Alien Earth, among other things. Lots of news. Thank you to Atomic Lori, Glenuccio, everyone who sent in a soup. Get ready for the Star Trek funeral that's coming. It's coming. It is going to be here. So, and you know what that means?
Yeah, we hate everything.
Not entirely true. Not entirely true. So there you go. All right, take care, everyone. Alan.
Are you not going to play the video?
No, I'm Alan.
Oh, let's get out of here.